Have you ever stopped to think that something as sweet and innocent as fruit could quietly harm your health? Since childhood, we've been told that fruits are nature's candy, full of vitamins, antioxidants, and goodness. But here's the thing. Not all fruits are created equal, especially as we get older. Once we pass 60, our bodies change. Our metabolism slows. Our digestion becomes more sensitive. Blood sugar control isn't as steady as it once was. And the truth is, some fruits, while perfectly fine for younger people, can actually be risky for seniors. The good news? Nature also gives us fruits that can protect our heart, sharpen our mind, strengthen our bones, and keep our digestion happy. Today, I'm going to share 4 fruits you should avoid and 4 fruits you should enjoy often. Let's begin. 1. Grapefruit, the hidden danger for medication users. Let's start with a fruit that looks harmless, even beautiful, yet can quietly put your health at serious risk. Grapefruit. Bright pink flesh, a refreshing tang, and often praised as a diet-friendly fruit. You see it in breakfast spreads, hotel buffets, and even in health magazines. It looks like the perfect choice to start your day. But for many people over 60, especially those taking prescription medication, grapefruit is not your friend. It can be dangerous. Here's the thing. Grapefruit contains a natural chemical that blocks a special liver enzyme called sharpen. You don't have to remember the name. Just know that this enzyme's job is to break down many common medicines so your body can process them safely. Now, imagine what happens when that enzyme is blocked. Your medicine stays in your body much longer than it should. Instead of slowly leaving your system, it starts building up. It's like pouring water into a sink with the drain plugged. Eventually, it overflows. That overflow in your body can be dangerous. If you take cholesterol-lowering drugs, statins, too much can lead to severe muscle damage. If you take certain heart medicines, it can trigger irregular heartbeats. If you take blood thinners, the risk of bleeding increases. Even some anxiety medications can make you overly drowsy or confused when grapefruit is involved. The most worrying part? You might not notice the damage right away. Maybe you eat half a grapefruit at breakfast and take your pills an hour later, thinking they have nothing to do with each other. But inside your body, the grapefruit is quietly changing how your medicine works, and not in a good way. This isn't rare, either. More than 70% of people over 65 take prescription drugs daily, and grapefruit interacts with dozens of them. Now, I'm not saying grapefruit is a bad fruit for everyone. If you're young, healthy, and not on medication, it can be perfectly fine. But for older adults on regular prescriptions, it's simply not worth the gamble. The safer choice? Swap grapefruit for something like orange slices, berries, or papaya, fruits that give you vitamins and freshness without interfering with your medicine. Because at this stage of life, the goal isn't just to eat healthy, it's to eat smart. And that means knowing when a fruit is more foe than friend. 2. Cherries. Sweet but problematic for arthritis and blood sugar. Cherries. Just saying the word can bring back memories of summer days. Maybe you remember a bowl of fresh cherries on the table, a cherry pie cooling on the windowsill, or picking them straight from a tree when you were younger. They're small, sweet, and look so harmless. But here's the truth. For many people over 60, cherries can quietly work against your health. Let's start with their sugar content. Even though it's natural sugar, it still affects your body the same way. 1 cup of sweet cherries contains nearly 20 grams of sugar. For a younger person with a fast metabolism, this might not be a big problem. But for seniors, especially those with diabetes, prediabetes, or insulin resistance, this much sugar at once can cause a sharp spike in blood sugar. When your blood sugar shoots up quickly, it's followed by a drop, leaving you feeling tired, foggy, and sometimes even shaky. Over time, these repeated spikes can harm your heart, eyes, and kidneys. And if you already have diabetes, large portions of cherries can make it harder to keep your blood sugar in a healthy range. But the issue doesn't end with sugar. Cherries are also naturally acidic. For people living with arthritis, gout, or other joint problems, this acidity can sometimes make inflammation worse. You might not notice it right away, but the next morning, your knees feel stiffer, your hands ache, or you find it harder to move. Now, fresh cherries in small amounts can be okay for some people. The real danger comes when they're concentrated, like in cherry juice, syrups, or dried cherries. In those forms, the sugar and acidity are even higher, and it's much easier to overeat without realizing it. The tricky part is that cherries have healthy antioxidants, so people think, they must be good for me. And yes, they do have some benefits. But as we age, it's not just about what's healthy on paper, it's about how your body reacts. If you love cherries, you don't have to ban them forever. The key is moderation. Have just a small handful, and pair them with a source of protein like Greek yogurt to help slow the sugar absorption. Remember, even sweet, beautiful fruits can have a sour side for seniors. Knowing your limits is the best way to enjoy them without paying the price later. 3. Bananas. Too much potassium can be harmful. For most of our lives, bananas have been the poster child for healthy eating. They're quick, convenient, and require no washing or peeling gadgets. Just grab and go. We've been told they're great for energy, cramps, and heart health, all thanks to their high potassium content. And it's true. Potassium is important. It helps your heart beat steadily, supports muscle function, and keeps your nerves working well. But here's where things change as we get older. Our bodies don't process potassium quite like they used to. Your kidneys are the main filters for removing extra potassium from your blood. But with age, and especially if you have kidney disease, heart problems, or high blood pressure, those filters can slow down. If you're also taking certain medications like ACE inhibitors, ARBs, or potassium-sparing diuretics, your potassium levels can build up even faster. When potassium builds up too much, it can cause a condition called hyperkalemia. You might not feel it at first, but as it gets worse, you may notice muscle weakness, fatigue, tingling sensations, or even an irregular heartbeat. In severe cases, it can be life-threatening. Here's the tricky part. Bananas seem so harmless that most people don't think twice about having one every day, sometimes more. But one medium banana has about 422 milligrams of potassium. That's not dangerous for everyone, but if your body can't clear potassium efficiently, even normal amounts can start to add up. This doesn't mean you have to ban bananas forever. The key is knowing your health situation and how much potassium your body can safely handle. If your doctor has ever told you to limit high potassium foods, bananas should be on your eat sparingly list. You can also enjoy smaller portions, like half a banana in your morning oatmeal, instead of eating a whole one, and balance them with lower potassium fruits such as apples, berries, or grapes. Bananas are a perfect example of how something healthy for one person might be risky for another. It's not about fear. It's about being smart and adjusting to what your body needs now, not what it needed decades ago. Because at our age, the best diet isn't just healthy, it's personalized. Now, it's not all about what to avoid. There are also fruits that can truly support your health after 60, protecting your brain, heart, bones, and digestion. 4. Blueberries, the brain protector. Sometimes, the most powerful things in life come in the smallest packages, and blueberries are proof of that. They don't have the bright color of oranges or the tropical flair of mangoes. They're humble, quiet, and often overlooked in the fruit aisle. But for people over 60, Blueberries are one of the best allies you can have for keeping your mind sharp and your body strong. Here's why. Blueberries are loaded with special plant compounds called anthocyanins, the deep blue pigments that give them their color. These aren't just pretty. They act like tiny bodyguards for your brain. They help reduce inflammation, improve blood flow to the brain, and protect brain cells from damage caused by stress and aging. Think of your brain like a busy control center. Over time, rust from free radicals, unstable molecules, can slowly damage it. Blueberries help fight that rust, keeping your brain's wiring in better shape for longer. Research has shown that eating blueberries regularly can help slow memory decline, improve focus, and even enhance problem-solving skills. Some studies link them to a lower risk of Alzheimer's disease. For seniors, that's more than a benefit. It's a gift. It means more mornings where you remember every detail, more conversations where names come easily, and more independence in daily life. The beauty of blueberries is that they're also gentle on blood sugar. Unlike many sweet fruits, they have a low glycemic index, meaning they won't cause big spikes and crashes. That makes them a smart choice if you have diabetes or are watching your sugar intake. And let's not forget, blueberries support your heart too. They can help lower blood pressure and keep your arteries flexible, reducing your risk of heart attack and stroke. Adding them to your diet is easy. Sprinkle them on oatmeal or yogurt, blend them into a smoothie, or simply enjoy them by the handful. Fresh or frozen, they keep their nutritional power. Just half a cup a day is enough to make a difference over time. It's a small habit with big rewards. So the next time you're at the store, skip the candy aisle and grab a bag of blueberries. They're not just a snack. They're a daily investment in your memory, your heart, and your future. 5. Apples. The heart-healthy fiber hero. There's a reason the old saying goes, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. For generations, apples have been a symbol of simple, wholesome nutrition, and for those of us over 60, they still earn their place at the top of the fruit list. The secret to apples lies in their fiber, especially a type called soluble fiber, pectin. This fiber acts like a gentle sponge inside your digestive system, soaking up cholesterol and carrying it out of your body before it can clog your arteries. Over time, that means healthier blood vessels, lower cholesterol, and a reduced risk of heart disease. But fiber's benefits don't stop at the heart. It also helps keep your digestion regular, which is important as we age because our digestive systems can slow down. And unlike many processed snacks, apples give you that pleasant feeling of fullness without loading you with unnecessary calories or unhealthy fats. Apples are also rich in polyphenol, natural plant compounds that act like little shields against cell damage. These polyphenol can help reduce blood pressure, improve blood flow, and protect the lining of your arteries. The skin of the apple is where much of this goodness lives, so when you can, eat them with the peel on. For seniors managing blood sugar, apples are a smart choice too. Even though they taste sweet, their natural sugars are balanced by fiber, which slows down the absorption and helps prevent sudden spikes. That makes them a better option than fruit juices or overly sweet tropical fruits. And here's something you might not know. Eating apples regularly can even support lung health and help keep your immune system strong, two things that matter more with each passing year. Adding apples to your diet couldn't be easier. Slice them for a crunchy snack, dice them into salads, cook them into warm oatmeal, or bake them with a sprinkle of cinnamon for a cozy dessert. You can enjoy them fresh year-round, and they store well, so they're always ready when hunger strikes. So the next time you're looking for a quick, healthy bite, reach for an apple. It's not just a fruit. It's a natural, heart-loving companion that works quietly, day after day, to keep you healthy, energetic, and strong. 6. Avocados. Healthy fats for your heart and bones. Avocados are often called nature's butter. Creamy, smooth, and full of rich flavor. But unlike butter, They're packed with the kind of fats that actually protect your heart instead of harm it. For people over 60, avocados are more than just a tasty addition to toast. They're a powerhouse of nutrition that supports both heart and bone health. The secret is in their healthy, monounsaturated fats. These fats help lower bad cholesterol, LDL, while raising good cholesterol, HDL, keeping your blood vessels clear and your heart pumping strong. They also reduce inflammation in the body, which is important because chronic inflammation can lead to heart disease, arthritis, and other age-related issues. Avocados are also rich in potassium, a mineral that helps keep your blood pressure in check. In fact, gram for gram, avocados have even more potassium than bananas, and without the high sugar content. Balanced blood pressure means less strain on your heart and arteries, lowering your risk of stroke. But the benefits don't stop at the heart. Avocados are a quiet hero for bone health too. They contain vitamin K, magnesium, and small amounts of calcium, all vital for keeping your bones strong and less prone to fractures. Vitamin K in particular helps your body use calcium more effectively, which becomes especially important after 60, when bone density naturally declines. They're also loaded with antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin, which protect your eyes from age-related problems like cataracts and macular degeneration. One of the best things about avocados is how easy they are to add to your meals. Spread them on whole grain toast, dice them into salads, blend them into smoothies, or mash them into guacamole. Because of their healthy fats, they also help your body absorb vitamins from other vegetables, meaning that salad you eat becomes even more nutritious when avocado is involved. The key is portion control. Half an avocado a day is enough to enjoy all the benefits without overdoing the calories. So, think of the avocado as a small green investment in your future, keeping your heart strong, your bones sturdy, and your meals delicious. It's proof that sometimes healthy eating can be creamy, satisfying, and downright indulgent. The key takeaway is this: at our age, every bite matters. Some fruits, like grapefruit, cherries, bananas, and dried fruits, can quietly work against us. But others, like blueberries, apples, avocados, and papaya, can be our allies in staying strong, sharp, and healthy. Small choices add up over time. And the best part? You have the power to make them every single day.